I signed up, and Renton had to leave. And finally, when I got out, I was at South Seattle, and
because of deployments.
Because of deployments, because of training, it's you sign up for the military, and that's your
they
job.
own you.
Yeah, that's your job. If they say you're going, you're going. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. Which I was fine about it. I mean,
that's what you signed up for.
Getting to see different places, like I said, there are no regrets whatsoever in the 6 years I served.
Oh yeah, all around the world.
Yeah,
you get to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff.
What's the coolest place you went to, military?
I can't say there was a coolest. I mean, everywhere I went, I was like really working. I didn't really get to see the sights.
Okay.
But going and doing some of the little missions that we did, we went to New Mexico, built low-income housing as training for our job. We went to Thailand and we built a school. Just cool stuff just to go and meet different people. We got to meet the kids at the school, and they're super appreciative. So
right,
it was good stuff.
So did you see, were you in combat in Iraq and all that stuff?
I was in a combat area. I just wasn't. I was what you call a fobbit. Kind of a fob bitch.
What's a fob bitch?
That's something that just that's what they call people that don't come off the base. Like I was on the base, and we're engineers. We're made up of civil engineers, so we do made up of carpenters, plumbers, electricians. So for all of us, it was just maintaining and fixing stuff on the base. So anything anybody needed, hey, you need AC, we're gonna hook up AC.
Right.
You need this, we'll hook up this. For example, when we first got there. There was a lot of sniper shooting onto the base because I was at Abu Ghraib prison.
Oh, okay.
So first when we got there, first thing, put up sniper barrier. Second thing, we had there was supposed to be attack. The worst thing you want to hear is I got there I think beginning of February of 2006, and right when we got there, we're like, in a month, supposedly we got intel that we're going to have an attack. I was like, oh, shit.
On the base, yeah.
Oh, things just got real. But, yeah, so
you're holding some pretty bad dudes, and I'm pretty sure that the opposition's not exactly happy about
we
that.
got attacked, I think it was like an anniversary type thing. The year before, they got attacked. And they were like, there's some sort of anniversary type thing where they're going to attack again. That's what our intel tells us. Yeah. So we had to go out, and we had to put out claymores, and we had to put C-wire, razor wire, everything to, protect the base. And so we went and did all that. Luckily there was no attack. They decided to take that day off. But
good.
Just any little thing. There was another one where when I left for my R&R to come back for 2 weeks to the States, we had a bus bombing on one of the checkpoints at our base. And that was up for concern, so they were like, okay, now we're going to put in these, what do you call them, the little bumpers in the road? Speed bumps.
Speed bumps.
We're going to put in speed bumps. We're going to put in the most hellacious speed bumps you have ever seen. Because bus bomb, it did some serious damage. Did some crazy damage. Bus bomb is huge.
It's a bus.
Huge. It
filled
blew
with
up.
explosives.
It blew up half the that checkpoint. So they were like, we're not going to have that happen again. You guys are going to put in these speed bumps. But these speed bumps were huge. If you were to look, they would come up to knee level or above.
Whoa.
You had to come up sideways, and even then you're still scraping. If you have, what do you have?
RSX.
RSX. Your whole
undercarriage
is getting scraped out.
I'd be stuck. I bet I would be like a teeter-totter on the speed bump.
It was insane how big. I was like, how are cars even supposed to get past these? But when you have a bus bomb, you're trying to prevent it by all means.
Right.
So just stuff like that. Any and everything that they needed.
Well, the Humvees can get over that. And the tanks and all that stuff.
Easy.
So it's
too easy.
You're only worried about civilian type vehicles to bomb you. Yeah. Car bombings and bus bombings, that's a big thing over there that they do, right? I mean,
yeah, that's a big thing.
Well, they don't have the. They don't have. I guess what I'm saying is that's a main tactic of theirs because they don't have the military prowess that we have. They don't have helicopters and jets.
Yeah.
And they're still using AK-47s. So, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, anything else you do in the military or or over in Iraq? You were in Iraq, is that right?
Yeah, I was in Iraq from 06 to 07.
So you guys were never attacked
no,
while you were there?
I mean, there was a few close calls, but I don't know what it is. I'm always in the right spot at the right time.
That's awesome.
I mean, there was attack on a base at Abu Ghraib. I think it was the front gate. There was attack there where there's, firing going on. I was such of a go-getter and eager person when I was younger. Not anymore.
Right.
Within age, you learn to, like, slow down.
Yeah.
But when I was, like, 20, 21, when I got deployed over there, I was like, I'm going to be the hardest worker here. I'm going to be, no breaks for me.
Right.
Forget that. And so, my command, they seen that. They were like, no, you work really hard. And, like, they always had a working lunch break. So we would work through lunch. A few people would go get lunch and bring it back for everyone. So as those people took lunch, the ones that just got lunch are going to go, and they're going to go work.
Right.
So at every point, we have somebody working. And, I was like, I'll just keep working. Like,
what?
I don't want to go get that. So the one time I said, they forced me to go get, they forced me to go get lunch. Mm-hmm. That one time we got attacked on the front gate.
Where you were supposed to be,
where I was supposed to be working. We were supposed to, what it was they had this old rickety spiral staircase that the watch guards would viewpoint from, but they had to, with all their gear and body armor and all that stuff they had on,
right,
everything. It was so hard for them to get down these spiral staircase, and they would get stuck all the time. Their weapons would get stuck, ammo would get stuck, whatever it was. So they were like, Mr. Convenience engineers, like, we need a better solution. So we cut out the spiral staircase and built them a straight down wooden staircase so they could run down and get to the front gate from the watch point easier. So as in building that, there was an attack on the front gate, like a little, kind of little shootout. It wasn't like a crazy one.
Right.
But at that time, I was going to get lunch for everybody, Came back, and a couple people were rattled because, you've seen people shot up in blood.
Right.
And for some reason, I missed all that.
Did anybody you work with or know get hurt?
No, none of us. You're
carrying a weapon.
Yeah, we're carrying a weapon. You carry a weapon for the entire time you're there. Yeah. You have to have it as it's a part of you.
Right.
But nobody in our unit used one.
Because like I said, one, yeah.
Yeah, we just had it with us just in case. But I mean,
you guys were workers.
We're workers. We're on the base, and you're not allowed to shoot on the base. It's if something's going on off the base. So,
right. Unless you're under attack or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless we're out there, when we're out there putting out speed bumps or claymores or anything like that, if we were to get attacked. But luckily, never happened.
So what'd you do after the military then? When you got out, you went to school?
Went to school, found out it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
At that time, Starfire was up and coming in Tukwila. Starfire, where the Sounders practice out of, and the women's Sounders play out of. It's an indoor soccer complex. It's a huge soccer complex in Tukwila, right next to South Center.
Okay.
And I started reffing there, and kind of did that for a little while. It was kind of like looking to get into something. So when my cousin asked me, I was like, "Hey, our company's hiring. Sign up for the union. Come work with us. You like making." At the time, it was like, you want to make $21 an hour, right? And I was like, heck yeah.
Which was way more than you were making.
Yeah, a lot more than I was making, So I was like, heck yeah. He was like, prevailing wage, you have to wait to get a raise. We start out the same wage I'm at. So I was like, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Let me try that out, and been doing it ever since. That along with coaching. So I coach soccer too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What age?
Well, I coach from my old high school, so I coach high school players from 14 to 18. And I also recently, last year, started coaching for my stepdaughter's team.
So you coach boys high school? Boys
high school, girls high school. Okay. And then my stepdaughter, she's 10, which she plays a year up, so some U12 soccer.
I bet that can be kind of interesting, like interacting with high schoolers.
Oh, man. It is rough sometimes.
Yeah.
It's fun. I've done it for like 8-9 years, It's great. I love coaching. I love giving back. I love once it comes to the start of soccer season, I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. But then you get some players that high school players, they know, they seem to know it all. You know,
they know everything.
Yeah,
didn't you know everything when you were in high school?
I did know everything.
I don't know what happened.
But 17, 18-year-olds, they hit that age and they're like, can't nobody tell me what to do? And it's kind of tough sometimes.
Well, I can relate to that. Who can't relate to that? Like, you know, you look back and you're like, damn, I was a fucking idiot when I was 18 years old.
Well, hell, 18 years old, I knew what I wanted to do, so I signed up for the military. Hey, nobody could tell me. Like, I had 20 people telling me, don't do it. Don't do it. I was like, you don't know. You don't know me. I do what I want.
That's like all of us, man. You know, and your parents, you know, when they tell you, hey, I did that and you shouldn't do it. And it's just like, okay, fuck you. Like, and then you learn your own. You learn it on your own. Yeah, they were right. I shouldn't have done that. That was pretty fucking stupid. I didn't get anything out of that.
Yeah, my brother just recently had a run-in with the law and had some stuff, we'll say stuff going on. And his buddies I was with ratted him out. You know, they like tried to have him take the fall for it.
While they were pulled over, like by the cops or whatever, or
they had a confrontation with people, and supposedly something was stole. Supposedly some punches were thrown, and his boys that he's ride or die with his homeboys because he just graduated high school. He's 18.
Oh, so he's young. Still.
He's at that age, 18 years old. Right. You know everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he was down with his boys, and his boys apparently were the ones that started the whole thing. And when it was all said and done, when they went to court, his boys said that he was the main one. So it's like, dude,
they teamed up on
dude, come on. And he's still hanging out with him. I'm like,
what?
Right. Yeah, I'm like, you got to learn. Obviously, me or anybody else telling you to stay away from these guys, like, you're going to have to learn for yourself.
Right.
Like,
friends come and go, man.
They do.
Friends come and go. You can, that's something that I realized as I got older, too, is like my high school friends, I don't talk to any of them now. Yeah. And back then, I thought, oh, these are my only friends. Like, I don't care if they did me wrong in a certain way. I got to hold on to these people because I didn't have other friends. But you realize, like, you just cut them out of your life, you're going to find new friends. You're going to meet new people. I mean, it's just inherent.
Did you see any, like, fucking weird shit at Abu Ghraib?
No, that was before I came. The whole scandal or whatnot, that was well before I came.
Damn it.
And so that area they shut down, and it was kind of like we can go have a tour of it.
Well, explain to us what happened at Abu Ghraib.
Well, apparently this is
we all know what Abu Ghraib is, right?
Well, some of us know how to say it. So
I don't.
It was like predominantly one of the biggest prisons in Iraq, and before we even came there was mass executions there. There was crazy execution there
by I heard Iraqis.
Yes, by Saddam.
Right.
So I heard this one where it was so overcrowded because it's one of their biggest prisons, but even that it was overcrowded. So what they had was they had this huge hallway, and the reason I know is because I took a tour of it. Like after all the scandal went on, we weren't allowed in there, and they would give tours so you could take pictures and whatnot. Yeah, there it is. But they had where 3,000 prisoners were in this upper hall area, like huge hall area, and they weren't in cells. They put them in this huge hall area where it's 3,000 prisoners. And this is a story I got. This is a story I got from one of the Iraqi people that were over there. They said that the prison chief or guard or whatever it is, he called Saddam and was like, I have too many people. Like, you're giving me too many prisoners. You have to do something about it. Like, they're in this hallway and they're shitting, pissing, where they're sitting or living or whatnot. It wasn't like...
So they have literally no room to move.
No room. They're on top of each other. Right. And so his solution, he came to the prison and lined them all up, and every third person he shot in the head.
Yeah, well, of course.
Executed 1,000 people in a day. Like, everybody's, Saddam wasn't so bad. Like, hearing stories like that, yeah, he Guy was a maniac.
Well, yeah, they found mass graves over there with hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, not in just one grave, but 10,000 here, 10,000 there, just mass graves all across